Okay. Good morning. This is the April 11th meeting of the Educational Professional Standards Board's Waiver Committee. I'm joined this morning by fellow committee member Kathy Gunn. We have 5 waivers to review and formulate a recommendation to present to the full board. We will start with Waiver A, presented by Brandon Herod.
Good morning, everybody. Georgetown College has submitted a waiver request to waive a portion of 16 KAR 5040 that states that student teachers must maintain a minimum of 70 full days while in the instructional setting. Due to district closures related to COVID at the beginning of the semester, on top of closures for bad weather, they had several students, a total of 9, that may not fulfill the 70 days. They submitted a list of those students and have requested that a few of those days be waived. Most of them are 1 to 2 days, with the maximum being 10 days. They have also submitted in their supporting letter that they have taken actions to try to minimize those number of days, and that this is an estimate, and some of them may not have those days that will need to be waived, but they wanted to go ahead and make sure that they requested the waiver in case they aren't able to get them in by the end of the semester. They will be doing, following up with RTI work and working with the districts to try to do online observations and stuff to try to minimize those days.
Okay. So you have Waiver A, the request to waive student teacher days due to district school closures for Georgetown.
The motion that we approve Waiver A to accept the online and the RTI in place of the full days, up to 10 days.
Okay, I will second the motion. Kathy, do you have any questions?
No, he answered them all. Good job, sir.
All right. Well, if you approve Waiver A, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, no. All right. The waiver carries. Waiver B.
Good morning, everyone. Waiver B is requested by Dr. Glenn Beatty at Spalding University on behalf of Ms. Nicole Clark. She completed their school counseling master's program in 2016. The school counseling provisional certificate program requires completion of 33 graduate hours with an additional 6 hours required to finish the standard program requirement. In 2016, Ms. Clark had gone through and completed the entire 39-hour program, but she did not have the counseling experience to move up to the standard counseling certificate. Beginning in 2019, when Dr. Beatty took over as chair of the program there, they no longer recommend students for certification. Well, let me back up. They now don't wait until the student has completed all 39 hours to recommend for certification. They recommend them when they finish the master's at 33 hours, so that student has that cushion of completing the 6 additional hours within the next 5 years for their following renewal. In her case, she was employed as a Family Resource Centers coordinator in JCPS, which is not a certified position. And now her certificate is up for renewal, and there's no more coursework that she's required to complete in the standard program. Therefore, Dr. Beatty is asking that we allow her 6 hours that she's already completed towards the standard program to allow her to renew the provisional certificate for another 5 years. And let me know if you have any questions.
Okay, so you have Waiver B, to the request to allow coursework completed toward the standard counseling program to qualify for renewal of the provisional school counselor certificate for Nicole Clark. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion that we approve Waiver B.
Okay, I will second. Any questions, Kathy? All right, hearing none. If you approve Waiver B, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, no. All
I
right.
guess I do have a question, not about necessarily the waiver, but I'm very curious. If she continues to work in her current position and doesn't get a counselor position, what does she do in 5 years?
Then she would have to do 6 more hours of coursework.
Gotcha.
But this makes her eligible to be able to apply for counseling positions immediately.
All right. Waiver C.
Waiver C is requested by Mr. Corey Hatfield. Corey is a school counselor. Well, no, he completed a school counseling program at Northern Kentucky University in 2017, which resulted in issuance of the provisional school counseling certificate. In 2021, he also completed the additional coursework in the standard counseling program. He too has not yet worked in a counseling role to obtain his years of provisionally counseling experience. However, for the past 4 years, he has been working as a social and emotional learning program specialist with a nonprofit called the Character Effect, located out of Cincinnati, Ohio. His work experience in this role has him working directly in Kentucky schools, specifically at Erlanger Ellesmere Independent School District in their elementary school. So now that it's his renewal year, he is asking that this experience working as an employee of not of a school district, but working in a role that aligns with what a counselor would be doing, can be counted as his 2 years of experience to receive the counseling or the standard counseling certificate.
Okay.
And this one is similar to a previous one we had in December 2019. There was a one that was JCPS counselor that had worked for a nonprofit agency working in JCPS schools.
And we approved that from,
Yes.
I remembered. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we have waiver C, request to allow other experience to meet employment experience as a provisionally certified school counselor for Corey Hatfield. Do I have a motion?
That we approve waiver C
Okay.
and allow his experience to count.
All right. I will second. Any further questions, Kathy? All right. Then if you approve waiver C, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. All right, and the motion carries. Waiver D.
Waiver D is requested by Miss Elizabeth Cassius Serrano. She is currently a bilingual associate instructor in JCPS. She completed an ESL endorsement program at Indiana University Southeast. In addition to, I believe she also has elementary certification, and she did not apply for the Indiana certificate because she is a Kentucky resident and she is employed in JCPS. Now that she is ready to apply for it, she's asking for a waiver of 4030 to allow her to be able to go ahead and have the ESL endorsement added to the certificate so that she can be employed in a certified position.
Okay. So we have waiver D, request to waive equivalent certification requirement for out-of-state prepared educator Elizabeth Serrano.
Yes.
Do I have a motion?
I actually have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Did she take the praxis and pass the praxis as well?
Yes, she did.
Okay.
She's taken Kentucky's praxis. We have everything that we need, and I apologize for omitting that. We've got her application. We have the recommendation from IUS that she's completed their program. She has taken and passed our assessment. The only thing she hasn't done is taken the Indiana assessment to receive the equivalent Indiana certificate.
Okay, I make a motion that we approve waiver D.
Okay. I will second. Any other questions, Kathy? All right. And I remember, Crystal, we've had some in the past with some types of things.
Yes, there's been very similar ones for 4030.
Yeah. All right. If you approve waiver D, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, no. All right, and the motion carries. Waiver E.
Waiver E is requested by Miss Yolanda Walker. She is employed as she's also employed in JCPS as a classified instructor in early childhood. She finished her program through Campbellsville in 2012. She took the IECE praxis test in June of 2012. But she remained employed as a classified instructor and with the district and did not apply for certification because during that time, during the turbulent job market, she did not want to take the chance of giving up her seniority, moving from classified to a certified position. Now she wants to apply for certified positions in her area, but realize when contacting our office that her test score is now expired. So this is a waiver request of the test recency 16 KAR 6010. ETS holds that the tests are reportable for 10 years and her test is less than, just barely less than, but less than 10 years old.
And we've had several situations where we've approved this recently.
That is correct. Most recently, I believe some that were requested by Western Kentucky University.
Right. Okay, so we have Waiver E. Request to waive 5-year test recency requirement for Yolanda Walker.
I make a motion we approve waiver.
Okay, I will second the motion. Any questions, Kathy? All right, if you approve Waiver E, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, no. All right, and the waiver carries. Hearing no further discussion, at this time, the waiver committee meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.